are you using? You sound kind of quiet.
Hello?
Oh, you're good.
Actually, you all sound quiet.
Hello, hello, hello.
Test, test.
Um, Maybe raise the volume because everyone sounds quiet. CB, you're frozen.
What already? Hello?
Yeah,
Look at. Are you getting a delay on him, Kev?
yeah, I am. Pretty sure his
Hello,
internet's pretty
hello,
jacked
hello.
up.
Hey.
But wait, hold on. I think it might be fixed now.
Hello. I'm waving. Hello.
All
Yeah,
right,
you're
it's
just
better
delayed.
for CB.
We recorded all of this. Uh,
Is this
I'm just trying to
recording?
say, like, yeah, it's recording. This is all cut.
Okay.
The magic is cut. Um, no, everything I think we're gonna post, I just want to, like, if we were the audience, what's like the next natural thing? So I think we did a launch yesterday, and probably the next natural question might is like, well, how did the launch go? How are you feeling? Is this working? So I think that's the quick little chat we'll have now is like, all right, we launched yesterday. What do you guys think?
All right. Do you want me to go first?
It's recording now. Like the whole point. Just go.
All right.
Just
All right.
just talk.
Yeah. So, I was very excited and nervous about the launch. I mean, you guys saw I was talking in Slack. Like, it's different for me because I have like a full-time job. I wanted to let my boss know, have the courtesy because he did teach me everything, um, and help me get where I am now. Uh, so yeah, I was nervous letting him know, but luckily he was understanding, he's supportive. Um, and yeah, so it was it was surreal that like we're actually doing this. Um, and then I posted on LinkedIn, and most of the responses I got um were private messages or texts, people asking me if I left my company.
In
Um,
hindsight, do you think we should have asked or you should have told your boss before we went live, or was that actually the right move of saying, I'm
no, it
just gonna
was the
go
right
put it on the
move.
internet?
I
Yeah.
definitely told him before we went live, just like out of
Okay.
courtesy and everything. Yeah. Um, but yeah, no, people. Maybe I should have worded it better. Like this is like another venture I'm doing simultaneously. Yeah,
Yeah.
because everyone just thought I left.
Kevin, the launch day was yesterday. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I'm pretty excited about mainly like I think it's always good to get public kind of momentum going, and that's how it feels across the three of us right now. But I'm really excited to see people actually interested in the first product. I think that's where, like, I had notifications on for our channel that gets, notifications from the Ship UGC early sign up page or form. And yeah, that was probably the most exciting part. It was a bit weird of a day. Like I was in meetings all day, it felt like, and then I was just trying to post between meetings about like, hey, like I spent my life savings, like come follow us, whatever it is. And then trying to keep up with comments and stuff. And it's cool to see like people appreciate like the bet. Like I think that's what um, I'm excited about. Plus also like other dads being in there. Um, I've always been like internally against being so dad centric, thinking I wanted to like really focus in on the ambition side. I can see like a bit more now of like, okay, this does make sense as far as how much we highlight us as dads, branding wise. So I think that was pretty cool to see. It was a weird feeling like having so much momentum online and then I have to log off early to take my kid to Taekwondo. Like that was really weird. And because I had to sign out at like 3, let's say, to get him ready or to get ready to pick him up from school and take him to Taekwondo early. Uh, and then while I was at Taekwondo, like he's still learning how to listen. Like, so I had to go on the mat with him. But my phone is like vibrating with like early signups, and I'm like, I want to check, but like Master O is telling us to sit there with attention. And I'm like, I don't want to be the bad example. And so that was really weird for me. But it was cool. And then afterwards, I got to come back a little bit and kind of see what was going on, and it was cool. I don't know if we're okay to say names, and you could cut this out, but like the fact that we got in touch with like Me Undies and Roblox on day one was like crazy for me. I was just brands that like even my wife knew, who's like completely outside the tech world. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Like my son is gonna be so happy that Roblox responded now.
Yeah, he asked for Robux every Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that was gonna ask. Next question was like the dad side of it all. I think it's so real because I hit publish on my post on LinkedIn, and then my daughter got a pretzel stuck up her nose, and that was like the P0 hair on fire problem. And the same thing of like, obviously we need to deal with this pretzel situation, but comments are rolling in, and there's all this other
Yeah.
stuff. So like, I think being a founder, it's always context switching all the time. And then you throw kids and like, wait a minute, wait, what's going on? Like clearly we got to deal with the pretzel, but I also know like I got to get back to the comments. But then the other kid is crying. You're like, um, I'm excited to share more of those stories because it's like, okay, a kid just blew out their diaper, but now this lead wants to talk like right now, like your dad first and foremost. Like we love our children, obviously, but it's also juggling the ambition. I think of like we got to put time in to grow the business, but you also want to be a good dad and a good partner. Because I want to talk more about our wives and partners and all this. But I think I was super nervous because I was messaging you guys over the weekend. I'm like, this is kind of crazy that we're doing this so publicly, but I think there's no growth in being comfortable. And this is very uncomfortable to do this out on the internet in the open world. And I have people I haven't talked to in years message me and be like, this is cool, man. I'm like, we haven't talked since high school. Like, I forgot
Yeah.
about you. You remember me because you saw a thing on LinkedIn? Um, so I think it's like a very I'm excited, and I work here. Like I'm excited to see where this ends up. So I'm excited to share the story along the way with people.
My
Yeah, for sure.
daughter, we were watching the YouTube video, the first one that we made. My daughter's like big into YouTube, and she was watching it on TV, and she thought I was like the coolest person because I was up there.
Yeah, my kids have watched that video a lot. Probably at least 100 of the views. As just my kids like again. I'm like, it's not that good of a video.
Yeah, I was showing
We'll juice
Gavin.
the numbers.
I was showing my son on my phone, like when we first made it. Not yesterday, but you know how the first scene is like, CB, you say like, "Hi, like I'm blah blah, blah, we're doing blah blah," blah. And my son just kept trying to say hi to you, and he's like, "What the hell? This guy's ignoring me." And just went back to his movie.
You got to get him on this call so see if he can say hi back.
I
I
know.
mean, I'm gonna blow his mind. I'm such a dad. Even through YouTube, everyone knows I'm so dad.
Actually, my wife did give me and Kevin crap because she was like, I could tell you guys are reading, but that CB guy is, well, she calls you Sibi. She's like, Sibi's really, really good at this. I was like, he wrote the script.
Reading it too. That's what other people said. It's like,
take.
yeah, everyone. It was a long take, but everyone's like, those two guys are reading, and you're not. I'm like, I'm also reading. Like, I don't know why people think I'm like up late at night memorizing my lines for 2
Practicing
seconds.
in the
Then you're like,
mirror.
it's like, guys, no, stop crying. I had to practice. Like,
We're
no, I
being
think
real here. You
we
could admit it if that's what you were doing.
guys.
You're a
I was up
natural.
late. I was just late looking at the camera, getting the video right. No, I think I appreciate how unpolished it was, and I think hopefully people appreciate how unpolished. And I think I'm so excited for this dad stuff to be like, well, I was a busy dad. All right, I don't have time to get it perfect or edit it. Like we're trying to build this thing while juggling everything. It is such a great like thing to throw out the last thing. Like, well, you don't like it? Well, too bad. I was a dad. Let's juggling
Yeah.
other stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate
I
that.
think it's gonna be really fun talking about like how does our team kind of find its operating rhythm. And so like we plan to move really fast. The three of us have never worked together, right? CB,
Mhm,
we've worked as like you guys were a customer of my other company, and like
mhm.
Koya, we haven't really done anything.
No.
Yeah.
And we come from like different worlds too. So
Yeah, complete
Yeah,
different worlds.
that's a challenge I'm going through, but it's fun.
And so yeah, I feel like that'll be really fun to kind of see what our natural roles end up being in the partnership. And I think like I plan to kind of take some initiative on that front and kind of lay out stuff that I'm looking for explicitly. And we could have a conversation about that, maybe even live or recorded.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, I think like CB, I see you get really excited about this stuff, and I feel like you're naturally gifted at this, and I'm really excited for you to see what you do here. Um, for me, like I feel myself like, okay, yeah, how many ship UGC like things did we get, or um, how many calls did we actually book with people? Like, I find myself more on that, like, or where are we at with like building ship UGC? What are the capabilities we're building out? Can we? Are we at the checkpoint of like we could build a whole new SaaS in a week or two? These are the things that I'm most excited about, or like what is the edge we get on the growth side, stuff like this. And it's interesting to see how all our strengths will end up playing out.
Yeah, I think. No, I totally agree. As long as this 1 million year project is not distracting, and I think so far, 1 day in, it's already voting like really well. Like the cross synergies between $1 million a year project, Ship UGC, and the other products we want to ship and build. I think it's going to be really interesting to see as both our team and the broader audience of like, wow, that was too much. It was like not as good. I think there's a way we can thread the needle of saying this builds into that and this builds into that, and like there's a nice way to play it together. But it would be crazy to do a live stream at some point to be like, here's what it's like when we actually try to build something. Like, okay, we're trying to prep to launch something. Watch how bad we are at it, or like pick some secrets from how we do it. If you liked our launch, great. If you didn't like it, great. Come comment and like make it better for us. I think it's so weird to do this publicly
Right,
as
and
a
then
team.
like what are our lines for like what we want to share? Because right now I feel like we're just default sharing absolutely everything. Like, but what are people actually interested in too? So for example, I could see myself sharing how are we able to ship like new SaaS in 2 weeks? How do we onboard 2 overseas engineers to like get really good at AI coding? How do we select them? Stuff like this, and those are a bit of the weeds that I get excited about. But I don't know if like people following us will care really.
And I think that's what we'll find out as it goes on, right? We'll
Yeah.
find out what people are interested in, then we could kind of give them that.
What I appreciate, not to bring it back to the dad thing, but I think it's such a pragmatic lens to how we want to build this too. It's very much like, hey, as a dad, you have to. There is no perfect kid. Right? It's very much like, all right, this is the
Well,
cards we're dealt. We'll figure it out. Well, maybe present company excluded. James has perfect children. You should write a book. But it's very much like this is like the situation, and you have to make the most of it, and you kind of chase any sort of edge, I guess. I think it's going to be interesting saying, like, okay, the audience really digs the dad stuff. Like, actually, no, they hate the dad stuff. They're really excited for the AI stuff. And I think our team is nimble enough, but also pragmatic enough not to say, no, we got to shove the dad stuff down everybody's throats. Like, the audience and the market doesn't care about that. It's like, okay, we will like lean up like on that stuff. And I appreciate even the early days of working together. It's like, no, we chase where the edge is. Like we chase where the market is pulling us, and let's go see if we can actually grow that kind of area, which is good in my opinion.
Yeah, and again, I'm just glad like you're the one kind of like really taking the forefront of this.
It's
Yeah,
so funny because like I'm not a public person at all, but I think between the three of us, I'm like 1% more public facing than you guys. So I guess default, I'm the public guy. Like
you're the
it's
face of the
terrible.
company now.
I have
No,
tried
no, no.
before, but
You
like,
have? What
yeah,
do
I've
you
tried.
tell me about that?
I've had a newsletter before. I like did like a little streak of it, maybe like just 1 to 2 months. I published like for A Team Overseas, my other company, their newsletter for like 3 months, just because it's like a proven channel in that offshore outsourcing type of space. Yeah, man, it's just like I don't know, it's just not my thing. It's fun to do it, but it's definitely like yeah, it's just hard for me to prioritize it over other kind of like bets. I would say like you have prioritizing it like week over week over week over week. It's just like yeah.
I'm excited to get to a point where it's like a muscle. Like I think it just takes reps, and I think if we index on your experience, consistency is where I'm learning is the thing. Like you just have to get over the hump. like get things out there. It doesn't have to be polished. I like this video. Just get it out, see what the market hits on, react and ship fast. I think I'm excited for the day that stops feeling like, all right, what are we going to post now? It's like, no, like I think once we figure out the cadence and I think we figure out the right infrastructure and the systems to say, here's how we build in public and here's how we get good stuff out faster. And it makes it less of a job and more of like, no, this is like a good growth vehicle. Like we're going to earn an audience and build with them. They're going to see the stuff. That's the day I'm racing towards. So very much all in to make it on a consistency cadence. But between us, it's like, it's a job. It's a sick. I'm like, how do I craft this LinkedIn post to be authentic to me but still do numbers? It's like a weird
Mhm.
space to be in. But like we did it yesterday and it went pretty good overall.
Yeah.
Now I try to recreate magic today. I guess is part of my job.
Yeah, we just got to launch every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Um,
Let's put a. We're shutting down today as a post, so tomorrow we can launch again. Like
yeah.
the 2 million year. Like that's good.
Yeah, the mental space that like you take over with trying to like this is just top of your mind compared to I would say me and my brother. Like this kind of like area of focus. Um the setup is something that should be interesting to see how it plays out. So like me and my brother just sending over voice notes of things that we might find interesting and then you kind of taking over on that front of like, hey, is this like something we should put in $1 million a year? Is this something you should talk about um, on your personal account? Stuff like that. I think that taking off that mental load from like me, let's say, is like pretty. I think it's going to be pretty huge.
We should take a second. We should. I mean, I almost want to just rip this whole video and put it on YouTube and like clip it and put it
That's
across
probably the
things.
easiest way.
So like, I mean, that's the fast. That's the most dad way. I'm just gonna say that's a dad way to do it. Is just take the whole cow and split it up.
Just put Kevin's
Um,
little explosions like he did in the other one.
You're gonna watch three dads learn how CapCut works in real time. We should probably take a second, like, say what we focus on, I guess, for the company. I think that'd be important for the audience. Kevin, do you want to go first? You're the one that kind of built this motley crew.
Nah, Koya, you could go first.
But like
What does
mine's like the
Koya mean,
gray area.
Kevin?
Koya means older brother in the Philippines. Is it brother? No, it's like
Yeah, it's older brother.
older.
Like
Yeah,
it's kind of like saying bro, old bro.
Is it like Unk almost?
it's like
No, there's a different one for Unk.
Okay.
yeah,
It's
All right.
Tito for Unk.
but it's used in the same way. Like my cousin Koya Miguel, Koya Migs. I
It's
would never
like
call him just Miguel.
you're not. Are you South Indian or no?
Yeah, yeah.
So I know in Hyderabad they say Anna.
Okay. Yeah,
It's kind of like that.
yeah. Okay, I get you. I don't speak Hindi, but I know enough to get into trouble. Uh,
Well, it's I think it's Telugu.
yeah. Yeah. Kevin, what do you do here?
Okay.
Try.
So I guess technically I'm the CEO of this all.
Fearless
And
leader.
yeah, I'm kind of like lead by doing the work, I guess is like my goal. But yeah, we are I'm mainly focused around the engineering front right now. Like I would say of the three of us, I'm the technical one. And so really trying to build out our abilities to ship new products um, with AI and engineering. I think really embracing tools like Cursor, V0, um, Devin AI, stuff like this. Um, but not just relying on like one person's skills alone. I think the limiting factor is like how much can someone focus on a certain thing and then how much context can they juggle in their head. I think with AI, like a lot of people are embracing it as like they could do everything, but I just view it as like, okay, we could hire an offshore engineer who's like already pretty solid and underrated, give them all the tools, and they could focus like purely on building out quality products on the engineering side. Um, and we could just do so much more. So we have two engineers right now. They're my main focus over the next week or so. We have a contract right now to do like custom development work that brings in some revenue. I'm not sure if we're allowed to talk about that, so I'll just like avoid saying the name. But we're building like growth tools for people, like free tools for another person's SaaS product to help them convert more users. And so those two areas are my focus, and I would say keeping an eye on like the pace of our company is big for me, and like what we focus on. So that's kind of where I see my role right now.
Okay. Yeah, mine is different because it wasn't really well defined even when I first joined Kevin. When it was just actually me and Kevin at first. Um, I joined because Kevin had an idea about automations and AI, and I didn't believe him at first, and then I tried it myself, and it just worked for my everyday job. And I was like, okay, I actually believe in this. I think we could do something here. Let's do it. But then the company shifted in so many ways. Um, and I think that was difficult for me because I'm coming from like corporate where we actually just like stuck to one thing for 6 years. Um, and we didn't make any adjustments. I mean, we picked up new tools, but we stuck the path. Here, it was like every week we were doing something different. Um, but I kind of liked it. I kind of like how like we're not stopped by regulations to like innovate or try new things, new ideas. Um, and I've always been okay at that, even at my job now. I've always been good at like trying new things, experimenting, looking at things at a different angle. Um, and I think it's how I'm going to help a lot here too. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing one of our experimental projects. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. um, and it's funny because I'm doing like what I consider is like gray area stuff, and I'm the one with like a top secret clearance. So if I ever have to like do a polygraph, me and Josh were talking about this yesterday. My friend, we were talking about it. Like if I ever have to do a polygraph and explain like all the stuff I'm doing, it's gonna be pretty weird. Um, but yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. I'm happy to be here and support any way I can. And the biggest thing for me is like I like you guys, and that's always how I like to work. Even at this job, I was hiring friends and family. My favorite part was going to conferences, happy hours, and meeting people, and like making relationships, network, and just do cool things with cool people. And that's what we're doing here.
The guy who wedged in at the last second. I mean, when I started working with you guys,
You're invited in.
so oh, thanks, Kevin. That's good for the YouTube. No, I think I've always looked up to what Kevin was working on and James, like through proxy, all the stuff you've done. Um, but my job here, like, it's early stage, right? Like, it's all over the place. But I think I really try to spend my days on like go to market, growth, product marketing, things that saying, if y'all are the ones building stuff, I'm going to help do the distribution, customer acquisition, things like actually get us customers is how I broadly think about my scope. But like that is a lot. So like setting up the automation for like that waitlist bot, like another waitlist came through. Like, yeah, that's fun. It's fun. I think just to have the phone blow up, be like, whoa, people actually want this, and some of the names coming through, it's like, whoa, you want this? That's cool.
Yeah.
Like it is super fun to have the phone blow up and be like, it's fun when it's not just an idea you think it's good. When other people are like, oh, I actually like want to learn about that. Like obviously we got to convert to customers and retention, LTV, other stuff I care about, but in the early days, it is fun to be like, okay, this is not just us three hacking away in a basement of like some really bad side hobby. It's like, wait, this has actually some legs, which is good. It's building conviction both internally as a team, but externally to the market saying, this is like a good thing. And you should probably like, at the very least, stick around and hear the story. But at the very best, like become a customer, like be on the inside, help dog food, help shape where the product goes. Um, but it's been a crazy 24 hours to say the
Yeah, or
least.
like have any design skills? Could use some help, you know.
Yeah, all right,
15-minute call
all
would
right,
be
all right. I know what I'm good at, and it's world class design. That's what I'm selling here. Uh, I
yeah.
like the LP. I think
Just
the
tell people
LP
you did
is
it on
fun.
purpose. It's the
Yeah,
charm.
yeah.
You
There we go.
made it
There you go.
simple on purpose.
As a dad, I was juggling three kids, and at the best I could. And if you're dunking on me, you're dunking on a father of three. How about that? There we go. Now I've hedged the downside. Um, but no, it's been an exciting 24 hours. I think we'll wrap it up here. What are we looking forward to over the next
Well,
week?
no. We
Like, well,
want to hear how you feel about being famous now.
of
good
being
one.
famous. It's so
Yeah.
terrible, man. I don't like this. I don't like it. I see the way I can justify it is it's helping the business. That's how I get myself over a lot of my anxiety stuff. I'm like, wait, with the startup land, there is no ceiling. There's also no floor. So you got to be willing to try stuff to maximize your odds of success. And that's how my brain gets over. It's like, okay, if I put a stupid LinkedIn post and it can drive all these wait lists and all these signups and all these clicks and all these other stuff, okay, that is a good bounce around use of time to grow the business. But if you say like Sibi's going to have the space plastered on the internet, I don't want to do that. I don't like that at all. But it's helped the business. I'm a growth guy. Okay, I can justify that as a good investment.
Yeah, so announce your launch for your new TikTok.
I should do it. I should do it. People have said for years, like, you should make a
Yeah.
TikTok, and I never had a good reason. So
Is it
now
because
I'm
you're a
like, to
good
help the
dancer?
business. I'm actually a terrible dancer. No, my wife says I have 2 moves, but they're 2
All right,
good
let's see
moves.
it.
That's for later. When we get to $1 million revenue, I'll dance on cam. How about that? Oh God, we're gonna do it.
Okay,
We're gonna get
okay.
to $1 million. Oh, no.
Let
Deal.
me
Oh,
timestamp this. What is it?
no. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it. Kevin, what are you looking forward to over this week? And we'll wrap up.
Um, really just like building. I mean, like doing the work. I think this has been some of the most fun I've had. I think um, I've tried to be a solo founder for a long time, and I think having you guys as partners and then having 2 engineers helping me on the tech side, all embracing AI and engineering, all super optimistic about everything, but also understanding a certain quality bar we need to hit. It's just been a ton of fun to see what we could do, and we're learning new things every day on that side, and it's been pretty sweet. So that's for this week. Yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, I'm excited to try out this thing that we've been excited for. I don't want to give too many details now. We could talk about it maybe in the next episode. But really, like, if we're being really, really honest here, like, what gets me the most excited is like showing these clips to my kids and my family. Um, because it's kind of like it's cool that yeah we're showing the world, but we're showing like our family what we're doing too, like people who matter to us the most. Yeah. And they get excited with us. They get excited for us instead of just hearing about it at a dinner table or something. They get to see it live.
Beautiful. I think ditto to all that. I think for me, I'm really excited on the early go-to-market stuff, just to figure out like what is this thing, who wants it, who wants to hang out, and following up with everybody on the wait list and just, hey, you signed up. Why? Why did you do that? Can we hang out? Can I get you on a call? Can I learn from your pains, your frictions, and see if we can? It's very malleable. I think that energy we can use to help shape the product roadmap or the next product we build, or help shape where the 1 million year project goes. Like I think that's one of my favorite parts is to talk to the real person behind it, um, just to like learn from them. But also like it's fun to be like, hey guys, Dad's day of work is on YouTube now, so you never have to wonder like what the hell I did all day. It's like here, watch the video, get caught up, tell your friends, like and subscribe. Right? That's what the YouTube guys say. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, you got to point at the corner, say like and
Oh,
subscribe.
all right. We need like a way to sign off. We'll think of something.
Yeah. And then we should add like timestamp. So the reason why we want to have a schedule in the beginning, so that we could give them timestamps. That's probably
Mm-hmm.
the only part we'll have to do if we're going to do these raw like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But that'll
all
be
that
cool.
timestamps. I'll stop it here.
I thought you stopped. Okay. Yeah, stop now.